Yo, what's up? How you guys doing out there today? This is Stephanie Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you my NBA picks for Friday, January 5th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NFL, NBA, and MLB videos. And please make sure and click the like button on this video as it really helps us out. So before we jump into this slate, I'm just going to say one more time, tonight we absolutely killed again. Back-to-back nights, cashing all entries, Fanduel and DraftKings. We've been on fire right now. If you want to play the lineups that we're playing every single night, please make sure and visit our website at www.rotobeast.net. So now we'll jump into this 10-game slate. It's a pretty nice slate. There's a lot of good spots to like on this slate. So I'm going to talk about some of the games I'm going to be targeting first. One of the games I really like is going to be Charlotte going into LA to face the Lakers. This game has the highest implied total on the slate of 217 points projected to be scored. Charlotte's favored by 2.5. Next, we got a game I feel is going to be very competitive. You got Toronto going into Milwaukee to face the Bucks. This game has a 215 implied total. Toronto's favored by 1. Then we got Chicago going into Dallas to face the Mavericks. This game has the third highest implied total of 212.5 projected points to be scored. Dallas is favored by 4.5. Then we got Utah going into Denver to face the Nuggets. This game has a 208 implied total. Denver's favored by 6.5. We got Atlanta going into Portland to face the Blazers. This game has a 207 implied total. Portland's favored by 7. Then you got Washington going into Memphis to face the Grizzlies. This game has a 206 implied total, and Washington's favored by 4.5. And then another game I liked it. The line's not out yet. It's going to be Detroit going into Philadelphia to face the 76ers. One reason, this game probably doesn't have a line yet is they're waiting to see the status of Joel Embiid. Of Andre Drummond. Also, probably waiting on Joel Embiid as well, since the guy's hurt almost every other game. So let's just jump into these slates and get it going real quick. We'll start at point guard, as always. I really like Damian Lillard if he's going to be fully healthy, and I have a minute restriction and play, his regular minutes. He's going to be going against Dennis Schroeder. We know Schroeder's a good offensive player, but he plays absolutely zero defense. So I really like Damian Lillard in the spot if he's back to, his regular allotment of minutes. And Portland's also favored by 7, so that's another positive sign for Lillard. Then we got Kyrie going against Minnesota. This should be a fairly close game, tough game. Kyrie's coming off one of the worst games of the season for him scoring-wise. I definitely could see him bouncing back in this spot against Minnesota. Next, we got Kemba Walker. He's going to be one of the top players on slates going against my Lakers. We're the most up-tempo team in the league. We know that. We need 40 for him to hit value. He's averaging 36 on the season. And he's been very fairly consistent. I really like Kemba Walker. I think he's definitely one of the top plays on the slate. Then we will go down to Ricky Rubio. Nobody ever plays this guy. You could get him super low owned. He's going to go against a Denver team. Super up-tempo game. Rubio's been playing well quietly. A lot of people don't play him. He's got you, the past 2 games, 35 and 44. The minutes, he's averaging about 30 minutes a game. If this game stays close, which I expect it to do, Rubio's going to get his minutes. You need 28 for him to hit value. He's averaging 26 on the season. And, he has shown us some upside lately. He's playing pretty well. So I like Rubio on the cheaper end of point guards. Next, we'll go to shooting guard. You got DeMar DeRozan. This guy's just playing out of his mind right now. 2 straight games, just, 52 points and 35 points, actual scoring points. He's getting assists as well, 6 and 8 assists, getting some rebounds, a couple steals for 56 and 74 fantasy points to pass 2. You can't really expect that, especially going against the Bucks, and they're a pretty solid defensive team. But, the guy has a green light to shoot as much as he wants, pretty much. For him to hit value, you need about 46. He's averaging 40 on the season, so I like him once again in this spot on the higher end of shooting guard. We got Bradley Beal, 700 less. He's playing very well as well. He's got you 40 in 4 of the past 5. He's averaging 37 on the season. 8.6 price tag. We need about 43 for him to hit value. If he even gets us just 40, I would be happy with 40, even though it's just under value. But he has, the upside. He got 67 points just 2 games ago. So I really, really like Bradley Beal in this spot against Memphis. Then we got Booker. Booker's being Booker. He's been back for 5 games now. He's playing massive minutes. His last game, he only played 29 minutes, but this was the second in of a back-to-back, so I didn't expect him to have the best game in this spot. He had a rest today. I think he's going to bounce back tomorrow, and I definitely like Booker once again. It isn't the most ideal matchup going against the Spurs. That's one thing that is scary, but his price tag is fair for him to hit value. You need about 37, and we know he's going to take some shots. We know he's going to take a lot of shots. That's what we really know about Booker. I think he is a little bit more of a GPP play, but even against the Spurs, I think that he can definitely have a solid game. He's the best player on this team, and he's one of the guys. He has the green light. Shoot the ball if you're open. Then we got McCollum. His price is just there. 7.3. We need 36 for him to hit value. Last game against Cleveland, he had a really good first half. Didn't do much the second half. One thing you got to like, though, is the minutes are up. He's going to play high 30 minutes. I think this game's going to be competitive against Atlanta. Portland isn't really a team that's going to blow teams out. They don't have, really that much firepower, especially Lillard getting back from injury. So I like McCollum once again in this spot. Last guy I'm going to talk about is shooting guard, Nicholas Batum against my Lakers. He's just underpriced, $6,000. You need 30 for him to hit value. He's averaging 25 on the season. This is a great, great spot for Nicholas Batum, and I really, really like him. Last time he faced the Lakers, he was just coming back, I think, from injury, or he got hurt this game. He only played 18 minutes, so it's just kind of an outlier, but I really like him in this spot. Then we will talk about small forward position, Antetokounmpo, coming off the best game in a while, and he didn't even play the fourth quarter. He still got 57.5 fantasy points in only 29 minutes. Going against Toronto, this is going to be a very competitive game at home. Toronto's favored by 1. If they're going to win, he's going to have to step it up. And like I said, this has been the best game in a while. So you can't really expect him to do this again, but I definitely think he can get you the 55 that you need for value, and that's pretty much what he's averaging on the season. So Antetokounmpo, he's the top play at small forward. Then we got Jimmy Butler, save 1,200 if you want. He's playing massive minutes. You got to love that. He's scoring the ball really well. He's been playing well. The price is up a little bit. For him to hit value, you need about 48, 49. He's averaging 48 on the season. He's averaging 40 on the season. But if you look in the past 5 games, he's got you at least 46 in 4 of the past 5. So he's showing you a high floor that you really got to like for cash games. Next, we got Leonard. He's not on the injury report, so I'm fully expecting him to play tomorrow. I think he's going to play 30 minutes, 32 minutes, somewhere around there. He showed us what he could do. Against New York, he played only 30 minutes, 25, 8, 4, and 4 for 50 fantasy points. He's still a little bit underpriced, especially if he's going to play 32 minutes. You need 40 for him to hit value. I'm going to go back to the well, and I really like Leonard against this Phoenix in a very, very up-tempo game. Then we got Wilson Chandler coming off his best game in a while. 5.2 price tag. You need 26 for him to hit value. He's averaging 21 on the season. Like I said, just coming against Phoenix. Played 34 minutes. He went off for 37 fantasy points. That's 6-7 times value. But a couple games before that, he had a 12 and a 16. I think his average more is around the 22, 23. He's going to give you that solid floor, in my opinion, for the most part. The minutes are there. You got to really like the minutes. So I think he's definitely in play once again tomorrow against Utah. Last guy I'm going to talk about at small forward is going to be Kid Gilchrist. I know his minutes are down. That's what kind of frustrated me. But against my Lakers, up-tempo game. This is the kind of game that really fits him in well. He can get a couple extra steals, a couple extra blocks. The Lakers are kind of careless on offense. I'm hoping he can get, 28 minutes. If he can get me 28 minutes at 4.6, I will be very, very happy with that. I think that he would kill value. For him to hit value, you need about 23, 24. He's averaging 21 on the season. I like Kid Gilchrist a lot in this spot, small forward. Power forward, I'm I'm going to start with Aldridge. Aldridge has just been very, very consistent. The minutes are up. He's going to play the minutes. We know that for sure. He's one of those guys that, Pop wants him on the floor. He's averaging 39 fantasy points a game this season. For him to hit value, you need about 43. In this up-tempo game against the Suns, I really like him. The only thing that scares me on the Spurs is if it could possibly get to a blowout, fairly quickly, and we know Pop will rest his guys if it's a major blowout. But if it's somewhat close at all, Aldridge will be in there. He'll get some minutes. So I do like Aldridge at the higher end of power forward. Then we're gonna go down a little bit. One guy I like, Derek Favors, 6.4, very fair price tag. His minutes are there. He's going to play low 30 minutes for the most part. Up-tempo game against Denver. The guy's been very consistent. He's averaging 26 on the season. For his price tag, we need about 32. In the past 4 games, he's got you at least 29 in 4 straight games. So he's been playing very, very well. So he's a very good option at power forward. Then we got Tobias Harris, up-tempo game against the Philadelphia 76ers. The guy, he can score the ball. He fills up the stat sheet. He has 40-point upside. For him to have value, you need 31. He's averaging 29 on the season. I think he's just a solid play overall. I really like him in this spot against Philadelphia. Tobias Harris, he's a really good play at power forward. Then we got Serge Ibaka. Ibaka is Ibaka. We need 30 for him to hit value. In the past 4 games that he's played, he had a dud against OKC, only 11.4, but then he also got us 32, 39, and 34. He's playing well. I think you can use him in your cash game to feel pretty comfortable. He's a solid play. Another thing about Milwaukee is they don't really have any big men that can really dominate down low. So I think he could definitely have his way. You could go with Gibson. He's going to get his minutes. Very consistent. For a big man, he gets his 30 to 32 minutes a game. But next guy I'm going to talk about is Tatum. His price has actually dropped a little bit. And I'm guessing he had one bad game right here against Brooklyn. Only scored 10 points. But he's still got his minutes. 32 minutes, 30 minutes, 39, 35. He's playing massive minutes, which you really got to like. He's averaging 27 fantasy points on the season. I think he is a little bit more of a GPP play. But, the price is down, so I think you could consider him in cash games. I think this is going to be a pretty close game, and I think both sides are going to play their starters a lot of minutes. Timberwolves and Celtics side of the ball. So Tatum, he looks solid. Last guy I'm going to talk about against my Lakers, Marvin Williams. He's nothing special, I know, but all we need is 18. 18 is all we need for him to hit value. He has 24, 35. He has some good games sprinkled in, but he also has had some very bad games. The price tag is it's a good price tag. Is what I really like on him. I like the opportunity. Last time he faced the Lakers, he played 27 minutes and got us 21 fantasy points, which will crush value. Even if he could play 24 minutes and get me, the 18 just for value, I can get away with that spot, my 5 times value, and pay up somewhere else. So I like Marvin Williams on the very, very, very low end. Center is the interesting position. You could pay up or you could pay down. There's a good spots both ways. You got Joel Embiid. I'm going to note I do like Embiid more if Drummond's out because Drummond's a really good defender. Then I think Embiid could definitely have a field day. At his price tag, you do need 52 for him to hit value. He's averaging 46 on the season. I think he definitely is more of a GPP play, but I do like him in this spot. Then we got Karl Anthony Towns. I like the young guy. He busted on us in this spot. I loved him against Brooklyn. He only got 28. I'm going to go back to the well. You need 46 for him to hit value. He's averaging 42 on the season. I know he's had a couple of bad games lately, but he also had a couple of really good games. I like him. I think he's one of the best centers in the league. So I'm definitely going to go back to the well on Towns. Got Howard going against my Lakers. We struggle against big men. Last time he faced the Lakers, he got you 37 fantasy points. At this price tag, 37 is not going to cut it. For him to hit value, we do need about 43. If he plays his full allotments of minutes, though, he's shown us a couple times this season. He does have upside. He could definitely hit 43, especially in this matchup against the Lakers. Then we got Al Horford. Al Horford just, I mean, he's a center that could get a triple-double almost any night. He's averaging 34 fantasy points on the season. His price is down right now. All you need is 35 for him to hit value. He's going to have to be on the floor guarding Karl Anthony Towns. So I like Al Horford in a spot. I definitely think you could even consider him in cash games. I mean, the minutes are there. Everything's been there for him, pushing in the right direction. And there's three guys I like on the lower end, okay? I like both Lopez brothers. I mean, you can go with Boban if Drummond's out, but his price skyrocketed. You know, he went from minimum price to $1,800 more, so it definitely gives you something a little bit more you got to think about. He's not just an automatic plug and play if Drummond's out. But I like Robin Lopez going against the Mavericks. I mean, he doesn't do nothing special, but he's averaging 24 fantasy points a game at 4.8 price tag. We need 24 for him to hit value. I mean, he has got minutes, you know, in the 30s a lot. You know, 2 games ago, he had one of the best games of the season. I definitely think you can consider Robin Lopez on the cheap end. Another guy, Gortat, his price is cheap. He's coming off a really good game against New York, 37 fantasy points, 4.6 price tag. We need, you know, 23 for him to hit value. I definitely think he's going to have to stay on the floor to guard Marc Gasol. Hopefully he doesn't get in foul trouble. But the price is just too low. With Wall back, you know, him and Wall have a good pick-and-roll rapport. They play well together. So I like Gortat once again. Last guy I'm going to talk about, Brook Lopez. I know Brook Lopez and against Howard. I know it's not the most ideal spot, but the guy's only 3.8. That is crazy. Brook Lopez has shown us 40-point upside this year. I mean, we've seen that before. I mean, straight up. Last time he faced Charlotte, he played 19 minutes and got us 25 fantasy points. 25 fantasy points at a 3.8 price tag. That would be 6 times value, almost 7 times value. So, I mean, I just think he's too cheap. And that's the only reason I'm really considering him in this spot, even though he's probably only going to play 18 to 20 minutes. I think he is a great play still. So, let's just jump into our picks and get it done real quick, all right? So, I mean, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm not going to try to get too fancy. At point guard, I really like Kemba Walker going against my Lakers. At shooting guard, I'm going to go right back to it again. I like Batum going against my Lakers. I mean, these guys, I mean, Kemba Walker's a fair price, but I feel like Batum is just way, way underpriced, and that's why I'm really, really looking at him. Then we got, I mean, Kawhi Leonard. If he's going to play his regular minutes, I do like Kawhi Leonard. If you hear he's still somewhat on a minute limit, then, you know, you have to kind of consider maybe go elsewhere. I'm also really like Jimmy Butler in this spot. You know, it's just, the hard spot for me is small forward. I mean, I don't know 100% which way I want to go. I'm going to throw Leonard in there for now, but, I mean, that could definitely change by tomorrow. Power forward, I'm going to go with Ibaka. I mean, the guy's just been very consistent. He's playing very well. I'm actually in center. I'm gonna switch this up. I like Al Horford. I'm going to take out Kawhi. He scares me a little bit, even though I'm going to go something like this. I think something like this is a really, 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 really solid core tomorrow for cash games and for GPP. All these guys have 6-7 times upside. And I mean, they all have really solid floors for your cash games. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So if you haven't already, please make sure and click the subscribe button on our page. Please make sure to click the like button on this video. And hey, let's get some money today. And I'll be back tomorrow with our NBA picks for Saturday. Have a good one.